Hey, what's going on everyone? It's me, Mr. Mario, and today is Labor Day, at least while I'm filming this video, and I'm just probably going to put this on the second channel here. But because it's Labor Day, I'm not working, and because of that I figured, I'd go around and shop for some games and all that stuff, because one thing I like to do is I like to check out thrift stores, see what they have, because I've gotten some real nice stuff from thrift stores. Plus, there is a thrift store chain in the area that was having a Labor Day sale day where almost everything was 50% off. The only things that weren't 50% off at the stores today were like October-related themed stuff. So like October and Halloween decorations, those are the only things that weren't on sale. So I'm talking about anything little from like cables to big things like furniture. Everything was 50% off. And these shops normally have pretty good deals too, so it's awesome because you're already getting a good deal most time, and then you get an even better deal, and then they just get a ton of people in there, get a ton of business, and clear stuff out, and then get a lot more stuff in. So I went to several stores today, and I was going to show you all what I got. So let's go ahead and get into this. So first off, first store I went to, I ended up getting Max Payne 2 on the PlayStation 2. Now, just ignore the prices because, again, if you really can't ignore them, they're, about half off or so. This thing is in, like, pristine condition, dude, and one of my favorite games, so I had to pick that up. Also ended up getting, one of these things, the little pedestal of power, because I surprisingly didn't have one, and figured I'd get it, just to have as an accessory. And then also was looking around the aisles and saw this thing right here, and this is a PSP 2 component cable. So this works on the PSP 2000, 3000, and let me check real quick. And damn, you know what? Unfortunately, this does not work on the PSP Go. But that's totally fine because I don't have a working 2 or 3000, I want to say, but eventually whenever I do get one, because I plan I'd probably get one at one point, I now have the component cable. So just found them in a random stack of cables, and all of this was about $5 or $6. So I think it was about 6 something, so not bad right there. So next up was the big purchase of today, right? This is where I got the most stuff in one go. I ended up going to a second shop. They're still doing the same deal, and I ended up getting a game console there. I got a Sega Genesis over here, Mega Drive for you guys across the pond. Got me a Genesis Model 2 system. Pretty sure this thing will work. Like, dude, you can't kill the Genesis. And also got a few things. Got one controller, so actual legitimate one. Got a super pad, a performance one, which those ones are okay. And then got all the cables for it as well too, so it's nice I don't have to track those down. Although I noticed it came with 2 power cables, so this one's obviously for the Genesis. This one I don't know what the hell it's for, but they got tacked on together. I mean, that's how thrift stores do it. They don't know what they have all the time, and that's fine. And then also came with 3 games, so let me pull out the games right here. And got Animaniacs, Pac-Man 2, The New Adventures, and the original Sonic the Hedgehog, not for resale edition. So I've actually never owned this game. But I have this game and I have this game, so that's cool. Always welcome another Genesis on hand. And normally I wouldn't have bought this, but it was half off, so I decided to anyways. Plus, I really like this franchise and this shop, so I figure, hey, I'll support them. It's all good. Now, kind of move that stuff over to the side, and then I decided to get a bunch of games, right? Got a bunch, like just a big-ass stack of games right here. And let's go ahead and pull this out. Got, Street Racing Syndicate on the GameCube. Got a bunch of GameCube games, just to warn y'all. And I've never played this game, but I remember I saw reviews and previews for it, and I figured I'd pick it up. Need for Speed Most Wanted. Classic, one of my favorite racing games. Dave Mirra Freestyle BMX 2. Never owned that game, but rented it several times. 007 Everything or Nothing. Never played it. Fight Club on the Xbox. Never played it. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. Personally, I'm more of a Pro Skater 3 fan, but I figured I'd pick it up. Gran Turismo 4. Never owned that. Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. Backyard Wrestling 2. And this one, check this out. This one is brand new sealed. So I don't even know if I'm going to open that up, to be honest. But still, pretty cool to pick that up. Burnout 3 Takedown. And Where the Wild Things Are. Got the Blu-ray on that, because I thought that was an alright movie, so I decided to pick that up. And the nice thing is, with all these, they're in pretty nice shape, and, I mean, almost all of them, if not all of them for the most part, are complete. So, that's the nice thing about that as well, too. So I decided to pick these up. As I said, paid about half off for all these, and these were already cheap enough. And the prices kind of varied all over the place. I don't remember how much this was, but this is also pristine shape as well, too, and complete. So That was nice. Now, all of this stuff right here, so the games and the Genesis with the hookups and the games and all that stuff, I end up paying after tax $40.88 for everything there. So, honestly, let's see, for 10 games, a movie, and a Genesis complete with 3 games, that's not a bad deal at all. And these are all pretty good titles as well, too, so, hey, I'll take that, but for about $40. And then it didn't stop there, so I have all that stuff over to the side, but I decided to go to store number 3, which was another related store, and I picked up a few things there. And wanted to tell a little bit of a story with this. So first off, I'll show you all everything, then tell the story, and then I will tell you all the price of what I paid. So, you're not going to see prices on any of this stuff, but I end up getting, check this out, it is authentic, it's not modified or anything. It is a original, as you can see, it doesn't have the analog sticks, original PlayStation 1 red controller. So yeah, we got one of those. Never seen one of those before, but I picked it up. And then on here, I end up getting, again, these are all complete, pristine condition, really. SSX 3 on the original Xbox, Rock Band 2, Rock Band, Guitar Hero 3, and AC/DC Live, the Rock Band track pack on here. So I've actually owned these games at one point, sold them off, but they were cheap enough where I decided to pick them up, just to have in the collection if I ever really feel like playing a rhythm game, sure. And then also SSX 3, never played this, but again, forgot, this came with 2 games. Inside of here was Armed and Dangerous, and then inside of that was SSX 3, so end up getting 2 games for, the price of 1, and then divide that by 2. So yeah, the story of all these, right? So check this out. These games, as I said, this one, I even forgot there was a bonus game in there, but all of these were about $2.48 a piece or so, and then half off. And this controller right here, it was actually hooked up to an original PlayStation, which was hooked up to a TV that was, being sold in demo mode and everything. And I asked them, I was like, excuse me, how much is the PlayStation? And the guy didn't have a price, so he's like, let me get you the price on that. So he runs away somewhere. And when I went there was also a mom and some kids, and they were talking about the PlayStation. Then when the guy left, I kind of look over at the mom like, hey, were you guys wanting the PlayStation? And she said, yeah, we were looking into getting the PlayStation. I was like, oh, well, I'll be honest, because it had 2 controllers. I said, I'll be honest with you, I don't need the PlayStation. If you all want to buy the PlayStation, that's fine. I want that red controller. So, if you all want to, you can buy the PlayStation and the controller, and I can just buy the red controller, and I'd be happy with that. And she's like, oh, yeah, no, we don't mind that. We have plenty of controllers at home. No, go ahead. Yeah, that's fine. You can take the controller. It doesn't matter. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, thank you. So then what happened was, I'm going to tell you her deal, because she got a really good deal. It was a cabinet with a PlayStation hookups, 2 controllers, and a big CRT TV for like $33. And all of that was being sold together, and it was, again, half off. So what ended up happening was, that was all going to be together, and we asked someone, we're like, excuse me, how much is that going to be? And he's like, oh no, everything has to be together. So the PlayStation is there, and if we want to, we could part out the PlayStation, but everything is $33. And she's like, wait, that's it? And then I mentioned, I was like, oh, and that's half off today, right? And the employee said, yeah, it's half off. And she's like, oh, okay, done. No, I'll just buy that whole thing, and I'm going to buy this whole sound system right next to it. And right next to it was a full stereo system with speakers and another piece of furniture, again for $33. So for about $33, she got a full stereo system, a PlayStation with 2 controllers, 2 pieces of furniture, and a big TV, which killer deal on that. And then I asked her, I was like, well, hey, I was wanting to know, I still want this controller. Could I get that from you? And then she said, oh, yeah, this guy wants the controller. And then the employee, he says, well, the controller is going to be $5. And she's like, wait, $5? He's like, okay, well, you divide that in 2, so it's normally $5, but you pay half that. She's like, oh, no. You know what? How about this? I'll just buy the whole thing, and you know what? You can have the controller. And I said, wait, really? And she said, yeah, because I was going to throw her like $2 for this. But she's like, yeah, no. We have plenty of controllers at home. It's fine. I'm going to buy all this stuff right here. You can have the controller because I don't want you paying that much. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool, thank you. But I had to wait for her which she just decided to buy with me and everything. So that worked out. So we bought all this stuff here. But pretty much, as I said, she got a really killer deal. She got all that stuff. I don't need another PlayStation. I even told her that straight up. I was like, I really want that red controller. She did not care about the red controller at all. So got that for free and all this stuff right here. So technically the 6 games that I paid for, let's see how much that all was. That was $6.20, so pretty nice deal on all that, I'd say. Especially, this is what I was most excited about, because again, I've never seen one of these out in the wild, so now I have a original, authentic PS1 Red controller. So, I went to one final thrift store, and this was the most disappointing one. It was the furthest one. I'm probably not going to go to it again, because they were still doing the deal, but this is the furthest one away. It was the most inconvenient one to get to. It wasn't in the best location. It was actually in the worst location, and it had the worst inventory. But I didn't leave empty-handed, so I ended up getting a few things. So, normally I don't buy disc-only games, but as you can see, DDR Max 2 on the PS2, but flip it around, and that's the original Dance Dance Revolution on the PlayStation 1, and it's not in too bad a condition. And then I asked on the price for it, and they said, because it's an orange tag, they said this would be 99 cents. You know, it's half off, it's 50 cents, so I paid about a quarter a piece for each of these, and I never see the original DDR out in the wild, so I decided to pick that up. In addition to that, I also started looking, and I was going to leave empty-handed, but then I decided to start kind of, digging in the bins where they have a bunch of miscellaneous cables and all, and found, a few things that I wanted. So I ended up getting this right here, PlayStation 1 memory card. I could always use those because they're only 15 blocks. Surprisingly, an HDMI to mini HDMI cable. And last but not least right here, end up getting this thing, which is a all-in-one mini card reader that is just mini USB to whatever type of card. All this right here was $1.47. So I didn't even use my card on that. I paid with cash. I'm like, oh yeah, hey, here you go, because that was cheap enough. So not the worst trip up there, but probably my last trip up there to that specific shop I would take. And then finally, this is not a thrift store, but I ordered these off Best Buy last night, and I went to pick them up today. And I ended up picking up the Resident Evil trilogy on the PlayStation 4. So right here I got Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 5, and Resident Evil 6. Now, these games are normally all 20 bucks a piece because of Gamers Club Unlocked. These two are on sale, so I got each of these for $12 a piece. And I ended up paying the full price on this, but with Gamers Club Unlocked, I got this for 16 bucks. So I've actually been saying this for a while because these came out in reverse order on the PS4, and my favorite is 4, 5, and 6 in that order. So I decided I'm not going to buy any of them until they all three come out and I can get a deal on them. And honestly, for getting all three for about 43 bucks after tax, I didn't mind paying for that, especially since they're remastered, they have all the DLC, and really it's more, that's pretty much me paying for Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 5, which I like, and then kind of getting Resident Evil 6 for free, which I don't like that game, but I want it in the collection, so there we go. So I end up getting all those, so honestly, for everything I've showed you in this video, paid about $100 or so, and not bad at all, man. So anyways, this is Mr. Mario signing off. Thank you all for watching, everyone. Hope you all enjoy your Labor Day.